Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for waiting. Sorry, I took a couple extra minutes to do something real quick. Guys, exciting news. Very exciting news. We've got the Nioh 3 demo releases tomorrow. The official game is releasing February 6th, but the demo releases tomorrow. However, because I'm super special and cool and stuff, I am able to play it tonight. I get to play it tonight. Which is great. So I was gonna set stuff up for like sponsor for that and everything for tomorrow, but I additionally can play it today. I'm gonna play with friends tomorrow and do a little I'm gonna do a little co-op to test the co-op tomorrow, but for today I thought we could go through some of it solo and just see how it is. I'm incredibly curious about the setting, but I think I have an inkling of like what it's gonna be. Because I don't know how much you guys know about the story of the first two games, but the TLDR, the way for you to understand it is there's a lot of yokai stuff. There's a lot of supernatural stuff with like, there's time-related stuff in Nioh 2 especially. But you know how in Japan, like historical real-life Japan, they have the three great unifiers during the Sengoku period, right? So they're like three different dudes who at different times during the Sengoku period, and these are stories that are commonly told in games, so you probably have seen this. They go through during a time of war, whatever's going on, and they unify Japan. This happened multiple times during the Sengoku period, and that's why there are like all these really cool game settings and stories and books and things around this time. So the first game was about Tokugawa, which is like the two factions being unified by Tokugawa, and that shogunate was like, it was there for like hundreds of years, you know, like that one's really relevant. And that's what the first game was about, but then adding in the Nioh plotline of like all the yokai related stuff, right? Because the idea in Nioh is that they're like demons, and these demonic forces, these yokai forces and stuff are basically like causing people to spread war and chaos and whatever, right? And that's why these times of not being unified are happening. This is why the fighting is happening, is due to that, destabilizing it. That's kind of what like Nioh is about. It's really cool because it mixes historical events with that. And then Nioh 2 has you go through everything that Hideyoshi did, who was like the second guy. So Nioh initially is about the dude after him. So Nioh 2 goes one step back, prequel a little bit, about what happened before that with Hideyoshi, right? So now I'm like, okay, if it's the three great unifiers, is 3 going to be about the third unifier? You know, like that's kind of what I'm sitting here thinking about. I don't really know. I've not had anything spoiled to me, and I specifically asked the team, like, don't. I'm very into the story, so I want to know. But yeah, it would track. So I think that'd be really cool if that's like the trilogy's direction is the three great unifiers. So in the trailer, Nioh 3 takes place across Heian, which is 1000 to 1200, Sengoku, which is 1600s, and Edo, which is 1800s periods, but there could be more. Well, the thing is, in Nioh 2, there's like time-related stuff. I don't know if you've played it, and I don't want to like spoil too much. But you, the main character, are like, you're one of a set of twins, which is like super bad luck in Japan, right? And you're a shiftling, so you're a half yokai. And you watched me play through this much, but we meet a guy named Tokichiro, and we hang out with him, and that's like the guy who was wearing yellow that we met in the beginning of Nioh 2. That is the guy that becomes Hideyoshi. Like that's him, because he's like, he was originally a commoner, right? So Nioh 2 has you like meet him when he's a commoner early on, and then you go through his entire story of what happened historically with him, but also as like this shiftling that's with him dealing with all the you know, Nioh 2 plotline and all that. But yeah, so I'm like, but there's a lot of time related stuff that happens in the second game, and a lot of the people that you fight have been like possessed by an insane yokai that's like causing them to do the stuff they're doing. So I'm just thinking, like, I hope, because I really like the way they write these stories, I really hope this third one is the other Great Unifier, right? And it's like showing how that happened in that period as well. But they did show multiple time period looking things in the trailer, so I don't know. Maybe it's showing it happening in different periods. Maybe we time travel. I don't know. But it's cool because there's this IRL plotline where Nobunaga was doing his thing, and then at some point Mitsuhide like turns on him, and no one knows why he did it. But he's like the most famous traitor, you know, like ever. Like he turns on Nobunaga like out of nowhere, and no one really knows why. Yeah, in Honnoji. And in Nioh 2, they write that in as Mitsuhide thought that Nobunaga was like using the spirit stones too much, and he was like in it bad, you know, and he was becoming like evil like all the others did because they were all kind of like ruled by yokai and the chaos and all that. So that's why he does it in Nioh 2. So I really like the way they write stuff, you know, like where they take historical incidents, especially things that we don't have answers for, and they do it. There he is. So yeah, I think it'd be cool to see if they do it with Nioh 3, but if they like go for the third Great Unifier as the main person here, I think that'd be really fucking cool. But I don't know. But I wanted to say all that because people keep thinking that, like, a lot of people seems to play Nioh and just like weren't following because they just like fighting, you know? So they just wanted to play it, and they weren't really paying deep attention to what's going on, and then they also don't know the history at all, so they don't get some of the references. I think if you're a Japanese person playing Nioh, you will 100% like really know a lot of what's going on because you've heard these stories before. If you have not read up on these stories at all, on this history at all, it might be a little harder to follow. But even then, you just need like the spark notes. You really don't know much, or you don't need to know much going into it to like get it. It just adds to it. It like sprinkles on seasoning if you go into it and you check up as you're going on, like, who is this person historically, you know? But yeah, your entire understanding of Chinese history comes from Dynasty Warriors. It's funny because they keep a lot of stuff accurate, you know? They play around with what they can because it's a video game. But when you play multiple and you see what's always kept the same, you know, like, oh, that's probably because that's a factual point, you know? But yeah. But Nioh does the same thing that Dynasty Warriors does, right? Where it takes its own fantastical plotline and like mixes it with what happened historically in a nice way. And I like it. This is actually a big game that had no leaks. No leaks! No leaks! How nice is that they can trust their their people working in their studio? That there were no leaks whatsoever. Incredible. I will say, Koei Tecmo was technically not like exactly AAA with everything that they make, though. They're not crazy budgeted like that. Which I mean, I think that means that there's less to gain for people that leak stuff. Yeah, AA. They're technically a AA studio, which is crazy because the quality of everything they make, you would not think that. And I think of Dynasty Warriors and Nioh. I think of these titles and they sound AAA to me, like when I think about them. But realistically, Koei Tecmo is not that type of studio that has like those insane budgets. They're more efficient. They are genuinely. They really are. Which is kind of part of why I really like them. I really trust studios that are working with a little less budget when they like set out to do it efficiently. I I find that when I work with them, those relationships go a lot better on average. They go really well. They also care more about their player bases. They kind of have to, but that they genuinely do. So they're not able to throw out a project and people complain about it and then not change anything. They have to change something. Right? And so I find like these studios that are not AAA or like close to it or not quite, they are a lot better to work with. AA and indie, yeah. You know I like sticking with indie a lot as well. High-end AA, yeah. It truly my preference. I feel like a lot of AAA studios, there's some that are still doing great. There really are, and it depends on what studio's under that brand. But the companies that are full AA on like all of their titles, it's typically a lot better to work with them. And yeah, they do a lot with Atelier. We were I was sponsored to play Atelier Yumiya, if you remember, a while back. It was really, 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 really fun. I had not really played a lot of those games. I'd seen them. I think I'd played like a little bit of one prior. But I knew the studio, so I was like, yeah, I'm super willing to try it out. And I'd watched friends play it, and it always looked interesting. And then I started playing it, and it like took me a second. I didn't really know what was going on at first, but once I got into the rhythm, I was like, okay, I see the satisfying loop. Like it took me a little time, but I really understood, and I started playing it off stream, and I ended up playing like a lot of it. It was good, man. It's very funny though, because you think of Koei Tecmo, and I think of Dynasty Warriors and Nioh, and I almost forget that Atelier is so like it's part of them because it's so different. but it's nice that they have a wide range like that. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden. So Nioh 3 is supposed to have two stances, essentially, two styles that you can fight in, where you have a samurai style, which is going to feel like Nioh or Nioh 2, if you want that same style. And then they're going to have a ninja style that you can swap to with different weapons and different feel to the combat overall, which is likely to feel kind of like Ninja Gaiden, you know? So if you like those types of games, it looks like they're making Nioh playable in like one that's more Nioh, a little Souls-like feeling, and then one that feels more like a Ninja Gaiden game, just depending on what kind of combat you like, which is huge. That's huge, because for me, I could love everything about a game, but if the combat doesn't feel correct, I just drop it. Just stand swap. Yeah, the using a drop is gonna be in there. So we'll see. I'm excited for it. You always worry when games say like, oh yeah, we're gonna let you play it like 3 different ways. You're like, aren't you throwing too much at it? But they did this with Nioh 2. They had like, even the first game, they had a more billion weapons, and they all worked. They all worked well in every fight. And they all felt like they rewarded you for being aggressive, which is what I crave in action games. And it's like, you know, clearly they're capable of balancing stuff. So I have a lot of trust that both styles are going to feel good, you know? You've been craving that so much since Sekiro. Yeah, I was talking to Boosfer messaged me the other day, and he was like, hey, I saw, you know, that you're doing this thing with Nioh 3. I've never played Nioh. Like, do you recommend? What do you feel about it? And I was telling him, I was like, you know, I think you would really like it, because I like Souls-likes, but the combat is like, I'm waiting for my window to attack. I roll this, maybe I parry this, I roll this, and then I hit them, and then I back up. And I just watch them do cool animations while I'm waiting for my moment to get in there and fight. But then games like Nioh and Sekiro and stuff like that, you're rewarded for playing aggressively, and you're trying to keep like DPS uptime up on the bosses to be able to kill them before they kill you, right? Which is sort of how Monster Hunter is as well. And you know, I love Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter. Sekiro's about making your own opening. Right, Nioh has that too with the way we'll call it staggering works, when you're like breaking their focus and stuff. You're rewarded for playing aggressively to make those openings, right? Which is what I liked about Sekiro. So that's that kind of combat. Like I just feel like I want to be rewarded for playing aggressive. I don't want to be waiting, you know? Like I don't want to roll and wait. I didn't mind it with Lies of P. I think Lies of P did a really good job because they focused on it. There was different combat styles, so you could turn into whatever you wanted. But I ended up building in a way that let me like parry a lot and just focus on parrying, and it felt a little more like Sekiro, right? Where you parry to break down their focus a little bit and stagger them and then get a big hit in. It felt more satisfying, more rewarding. So I think like as I play more games in the Souls-like or ARPG genres with like melee combat, I just feel more and more where I'm like, the key here is really just to reward people for being aggressive. And of course within reason, like if they're aggressive and they're being too greedy, yes, you get punished, but being able to keep that uptime is like huge. Yeah, it's in that groove, exactly. Like Monster Hunter, the thing that I always tell people about like old Monster Hunter especially, I'm like, hey man, the combat is near perfect because you're in a dance back and forth with this monster. And you feel like you're chasing it. You are hunting it. Hunter is like the right word there, right? You're chasing it down and you're trying to kill it. You're not running away from it. You're not scared of it. If you play well and you get used to the game, you know, like by the end of the game, you should be like that. And that's really, really, really fun. So I want that from other action RPGs usually, right? I feel like Nioh really gave me that. There's not much like waiting around or anything. Shout out Zenogre, probably best Monster Hunter fight ever designed. It's so fun. I like Tigrex. I like old Tigrex. New Tigrex runs a little too far away from you. I like Barioth a lot too. For just what fights. Or Brachydios. Holy fuck, the Brachydios fight is so good. A really good back and forth. Sekiro also punishes if players rely too much on blocking. Nioh is good in that you can build the way you want. You can do what you want. If you want to be a blocking and parrying type of person, you take a weapon that suits that and you put yourself in a stance that suits that because they have high, medium, and low stance as well for every weapon. Which is really great. So if you want to use a certain type of weapon, and you want to dodge a lot and use a lot of stamina, then you go low stance because low stance lets you recover a lot of stamina. Maybe you want to play it more like a roll slop Souls-like, and you go high stance, so you do really heavy hits and stuff, right? Like so they just kind of let you put it in whatever mode you want it to be in. Or maybe you're a freak like me and you want to press as many buttons as possible. So you take the switch glaive, which rewards you for switching between stances really often and stuff, right? So I enjoy that Nioh kind of lets you do that, and there isn't one specific way to play the game, you know? So, W Glaze, I know I'm going to be sponsored later, but I'm saying this during my unsponsored portion, you know? Like, genuinely, I really love the way they've designed it, so... And I hope it's even better in 3 because 2 was so insanely good. Just replaying it, I was like feeling it, you know? I was feeling it. I said, real Monster Hunter 4, you raging Baraki scared me. Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for today. I've just been waiting for this for a while. Since before they contacted me even, and then when they did, I was like, you ever pog IRL? you ever pog IRL? I open my email and I see that they're like accepting of my offer to speak about, you know, hey, let's do this project. I was like actually physically, you know, IRL pogging. I was like, holy shit. I was so excited, dude. I was like, Nioh. I didn't think they were gonna go for like a whole collaboration thing, but they did. So W Koei Tecmo. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Obviously I'm not showing the outfit today. That's for the actual drop of the game. The actual drop. Now I cannot open the game until 7 p.m. Eastern, so 3 hours from now. So we can do other stuff until then. But I just want to give this preamble because I'm excited for it. You know, yay, yippee, woo. But yeah, I get to do it today instead of just tomorrow. I thought I had to only do tomorrow though at first, so I need to set up some stuff when we go to switch to it. But yeah, we'll get there. But let me see this. Yeah, they said 4 p.m. PST, so that's 7 Eastern. I kind of wanted to play it on PS5, but I don't have my PS5 set up. So they did tell me when like the full thing drops, if I want a PS5 it, I could. I might do it, but I'm gonna do PC. Will this open co-op? Yeah, we're gonna try co-op tomorrow. So we'll do two. We'll do some solo today, just for me to feel it out and like try the stances and not bother my friends with my like infinite weapon swapping and trying everything over and over with the same weapons. You know, a few hours set up. It's not that I have to like sit there and turn my PS5 on. It's that I have to put it in this room. I have to find a spot to place it. I have to get it set up with my capture card, which is something that sometimes you have to restart your PC to get working. It's like these other things that I just cannot do mid-broadcast. It's just not doable as a single PC streamer. So, yeah. Yeah, the PSN updates? Oh my god. Look, I had a PS4 just so I could play Monster Hunter World when it first released before the PC version. And most of my hours are on there. And then after that, I had the Metal Gear Solid collection. And that's it. I bought a used PS4 off of a friend that they didn't want anymore. They got like a different version. And they were like, I don't know how to do this. And I was like, give me. World is coming out. So I got a PS4 for that. And then that's it. I don't even know my PSN information. Oh, and Bloodborne. Wasn't Bloodborne 3? Am I crazy? No, it was 4. Oh my god. It was 4. Okay, why did I think it was 3? I don't know why I thought it was 3. I don't know. Well, I played it, so yeah. It's early in life cycle. Yeah, you know what it is? I played it a little later, not when it came out. And I think because of that, in my mind, I'm like, this might as well have been a PS3 game. Because there were also some PS3 games that I had from my old PS3 that I played on my PS4. Demon Souls was 3. God, I loved Demon Souls. You bought it just for Bloodborne and the FF7 remake? Yeah, it was me. I had like one purpose to buy it, which was Monster Hunter World. And then, you know, I ended up playing other stuff, but that was really all it was for. Also, I have to be very careful, so I'm gonna play the demo today. I have to play the demo today. But they're gonna give me the whole version of the game. I'm getting Nioh 3. I'm just gonna play the demo version today, so I don't, you know. But they're like specific points. They're like, don't play beyond this, please. like don't beat the whole game before it releases, please. So I have to like not do that. I'll try to hold off. I think I'll play a bunch of the early stuff off stream. Just to like figure out some things, or like basically replay everything with a different weapon, right? First couple of missions. Just to like feel out what I really want to do. Because I don't know, I want to have the playthrough happen on stream. I think it's really, if I was a YouTuber only, then I would kind of go crazy on it, you know, like before the release, but I'm not doing this just for a YouTube video. I'm doing this, you know, for stream, so. I won't go too crazy. I want to go too crazy. Was collab model reveal? Oh, I wonder where I could find something that says when we're doing the Nioh 3 model. Can you find the release date? Say it with me. There it is. Insert Dora the Explorer cursor clicking on the text on the upper right under the picture that says we're doing a Nioh 3 model on February 6th. There it is. Sorry, I don't have the cursor, so I have to narrate it. /me clicks on it. Ah, there it is. Beep. There it is. February 6th, which is the day that the game releases. That's when I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it with the demo. Your mobile play doesn't let you watch in high res. You need to go buy a hotspot so you can watch me in, in 1080p. All right, get it together. Get it together. Also noting, someone was saying, or a few of you said, that you wanted to buy the game, you wanted to get the pre-order bonus, but you're like, but I want to wait for you to have your link because I want to support. The good news is I have the link to order it now, so you can get your pre-order bonus and also support. It is right there. Because I know some people were like really wanting that bonus. Yeah, there is. Let me pin this. It's a pre-order bonus for Nioh 3. And then I'm just gonna pin that bitch to the screen. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, if you wanted to order the game and get the pre-order bonus, you can just do that right there instead of having to wait for me to be sponsored on the day of or anything like that. So there you go. And then there's something else. No, that's it really. That's it until we can play it, which is in like 3 hours. Yeah, let me see. 4 p.m. PST. They gave me a list of some things that I specifically am not to be shown yet, or are not to be shown yet, so I will read that again so that's in my brain. Oh, I see how. Okay. And then I did everything I needed to set up the game itself. I could pop it open right now, but that would be illegal. I was not given permission to pop it open on stream at this point in time, so I have it ready. Can you share the list itself? No. Sharing the list would be like giving you a walkthrough of how to find the stuff that I'm not supposed to like show you yet. And I'm not gonna spoil stuff for you. You gotta find it. You gotta find it. How long is that link good for? Beats me. Beats me. It'll definitely be available and usable from now through when I'm sponsored on February 6th. And it'll probably last after that as well. So if there shouldn't be any gap between like me demoing today and tomorrow and then the game releasing where you can't use it or anything like that. It'll be active the whole time. So, no worries. Oh, I see one setup note I have to do. Hold on. I see. They do these like access codes to be able to like do stuff with versioning. So you put yourself on the right version and everything. And they give you these like super secret passcodes. Like you're going to a door of a speakeasy and you're whispering to get in. There we go. Okay, okay. And then they said for Expedition Co-op, I'll do that tomorrow. Okay. Okay, we good. We good. That's all set up for later. Perfect. Do you know when Schmelin will be back in stock? Do I have the day yet? That is a great question. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't at this exact moment in time. I do have other cheeky news though. I have other news on cheeky. There's something fun dropping Friday. It's not a Schmelin restock. That's not this close, but soon. They're gonna do. Hold on. Hold on. Here. Ready? They said I could show this. I asked. Boom! Ooh! Woo! They're doing a free run collab. It says just drops, but this is, you know, this is going up Friday. They're not doing like the crazy collector's box thing. They're doing two bars specifically inspired by free run. And that's dropping this Friday, the 30th. It's 2 standalone bars. They're still limited edition, but they are trying to stock enough to try and have them be available for longer than the last ones, because the last collaborations sold out in like 30 minutes to an hour. Like they sold out so fast. So they're trying to stock more so that these can at least stay on the store for a little bit, hopefully. Maybe. Which one smells like Himmel? You know it's the Blue Moon weed. Wait, I'll show you the other one. This answers your question. You ready? This literally answers your question. Recall her memories with Himmel. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, it'll go live on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. EST. I wanted to mention that to you guys so you guys know first. I don't know if many other people get to, like, say this stuff early. I always get, like, special permission, so if you, like, ever are interested in those collab drops and you want to know when they are, I'm most likely to be able to tell you first. And I will every time. Every time they tell me it's okay, I will do it. Anyway, I'm excited for that. I've become a soap fiend, you know. I've become a soap fiend. I want to know what Himmel smells like. I want to know what he smells like. What does he smell like? What does he smell like? Anyway. Again. That's Friday. Use my code when it's time. But for now, until that's released, all I got for you is the huge, amazing Nioh 3 drop. If you want to pre-order through the link. I feel like there's just so much happening. There's so much stuff. How many types do you have now? What do you mean? Of soap? What do you mean by that? Is that a figure? You know you're screwed when you're in a urinating competition and this guy shows up. You know it's over. They're soap carvings, guys. They're soap carvings. Where Geega? Right here. Right here, big dog. Okay, we have two options. We have two options of what to play before Nioh 3. Do we either open up Katamari, Once Upon a Katamari, and continue that? Or do I open up Cobblemon? And I can stop typing before I even say the other option, Sakura. Just stop it. You gotta listen. Bro typed Katamari. Or do I go into Cobblemon, where they have officially sorted most people into the 3 houses? I am unsorted right now, and everyone's fighting to get, like, people in their houses. Do I go into Cobblemon and go ask the houses to give me house tours and see who can make the best pitch to me? Is ball pit an option? No, I don't like that game that much. I don't think it's bad. I actually really enjoy it, but I only enjoy it for like 15 minutes, and then I want to close it. And then I open it again a week later. It's really good, but it's just not like a long play thing, you know? Anyway, those are the two options. I am going to /poll which, and we're going to say
Huzzah, more 3 houses discourse. We're back in Fire Emblem turf now, yay.
Okay, 1 minute poll is up. 1 minute poll is up. Is Come On popping off right now? Yeah, it's had a bit of a resurgence. People were saying the shiny tournament was like the most fun thing ever, which sucks because I didn't get to do it. I was prepping for it, and then I was like snowed in, so I didn't stream or hop on that day. so I didn't do it. But people were saying that there's been more RP, and with the houses happening, it's, you know, there's a little more. But yeah, we could also just open Katamari and Vibe though. I'm fine with both. I am fine with both. But vote and tell me what you'd rather see. I don't know why I keep yawning. Oh, Cobblemon house sorting is winning. Is there a random 40 people that are gonna show up at the end? No? No? Alright. Cobblemon it is for today. Cobblemon it is. We can do Katamari another day. I open CurseForge and we'll go in. And I'll go here. We can be here for 2 minutes before we go into Cobblemon. There we go. Okay. Do you guys have a preferred house I should go for? I don't know if you've been following Cobblemon. I'm not going to listen to you. I just want to know what you think. Cobblemon but instigate problems. Yeah, I'm going to try to pretend I'm important. Which houses you got? There's Alpha, Beta, and Omega house. The only thing I know is Alpha has like a fuck ton of people, Omega has a semi fuck ton of people, and Beta has like so few. And Beta goes around going, Beta boys. Alpha, I don't know. I don't know, but they were told to each elect like a class president sort of thing, like a leader of their house, and now they're in recruiting phase, so. I gotta see. No Sigma house. There's no Sigma house, yeah. Everyone has beef with Alpha. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I wanted to like grind a lot over the weekend, and then I was all sick and shit and I didn't get to. So I wanna turn into like a Giga grinder. I kinda do. Alpha may be too big to make trouble in. Oh no, you can always make it work. Oh, size and omega. Interesting. Interesting. My problem is that I'm not really that good at like playing Pokemon, because I don't have deep knowledge. I'm like learning as I go, right? So I don't have too much to offer to be like, oh, I'm gonna win all these tournaments and stuff, right? But I can be present and find people stuff they want to find. Yeah, the raids and stuff, I haven't done any of the raids. I haven't done a single one. I don't even know how to get the tickets. Does anyone... Guys, what's the meta? How does that all work? Oh, CurseForge isn't opening. Hold on. May have to hard close it. Let me see. Let me see. Is it even in my task manager? I hate that this fucking thing tries to open Overwolf every time. I don't care about Overwolf. CurseForge is like, you need it. You need it. I said you do. I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want it. You want Overwolf in your PC so bad. Hold on. Hard closes it. Overwolf browser. Goodbye. There's like 100 different little processes that say Overwolf on them too, which is the thing that like I hate to see it, you know? Oh, now it's opening. I didn't try to open CurseForge again. I just closed some Overwolf shit and it opened. Okay. Okay, I'll open it then. It's all standalone. I know. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to do slightly differently when I have the new PC. I'm just like, you know, we're in the final stretch of this one, so I'm not going to deal with it. It's not like it kills my PC. It's just not ideal. Right? Prism Launcher. I really like Lunar Client. I really like Lunar. So, and I'm pretty sure, I know I could take Modrinth mod packs and put them in Lunar Client. I think I can do this with CurseForge mod packs as well. I'm pretty sure I can just go get the files itself and then drop them in there. I think. I got to make sure that that's the case. And if it is, I'm just going to use Lunar for everything. Lunar's been like my favorite client for launching like Minecraft related stuff. Are you being forced into Windows 11 with the new rig? Yes. Yes, I'm gonna have to do Windows 11. Not happy about it, but not just Windows 11. It's like, or not just because the new rig has it. I'm sure I could have asked them for Windows 10, but there's a lot of stuff in streaming and gaming that I'm going to interact with that is going to at some point require me to be on 11, and I don't want to get locked out from all this stuff because I like Windows 10, you know. And I'll still have this PC. I will still own it, so I'll probably put it in like another room or something, and just keep it. So, worst case, if I need to, you know, if I need to, I'll just slide over the old one and slap my monitors back into that, you know. Used it for a couple years now. Safe to say it's pretty dog shit. Yeah. I've heard nothing but hatred. and it's not just like, it's not just the Copilot stuff. It's not just Copilot. It's everything about it. Everything about it. is just not good and stuff that people don't like. So it isn't that bad. This is the thing. I will wait to see until I have it. Because I have a lot of people that will complain and be like, it's dog shit, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. I don't know, you know? So I will go in and I'm going to remove the bloat and stuff and see how it runs. Some people are saying it makes your PC just in general run like shit. I don't know if that can be tuned out of it or not, you know? Like I'm gonna try a lot of little things and see what works. I'm a boomer. I could do absolutely anything on a computer. Anything. If it's like Windows 7 prior. So like, I know enough about how things work. It's just like every time I have to touch a new OS, I'm like, shit, and I have to relearn all of this, you know? Oh, my Minecraft window's like weird. Hold on. Full screen off. Why is it like this? Hold on. It's like trying to be full screen. It's not on my desktop covering it full screened in the right framing. It is moved like 2 inches down and to the right, but it's still in borderless full screen mode. And my like Windows right left key, or no, it's not moving it to the other monitor. What is it doing? Yeah, it's a really cool feature. Well, I need to press an OK button to take it out of full screen. That's on the bottom right, which is below the taskbar, which means I can't get to it. Try a little magic. That didn't work. What if I make the full screen resolution smaller? No, it won't work. Oh. No, Alt-Enter doesn't work. Trust me, I've pressed all the little commands. How would I move it if... Okay, I'm gonna close it and try reopening it. We're gonna try this again. Let me just try that again real quick. Let me see how that goes. I'll give it another go. You think we're dragging? No, I can't drag it. That's the thing. Because it thought it was in borderless full screen mode, so there's no clickable anything to drag up top. So all the UI elements that would let me hit OK or apply to like change resolution so I could drag it around or change it to windowed, those buttons were below the taskbar, right? They were like super far down, and the top of the edge is like inches away from the top of my screen. I don't know. That's fun. I'll reopen it and see if it does it again. Have to use the taskbar move. Right click option sometimes. Let's use arrow keys to move it. Shift for a big move. Yeah, no, I tried that. Or you could do like, you do that. You could do Windows right left to like snap it to a new monitor or stuff like that. None of it worked, so I'm just gonna reopen it. For Win 11, you said you can get it running better for sure. Can't get some of the slowdowns out, just poorly optimized overall. Yeah, like I'm gonna do some tweaks to make it better, but I'm not gonna go so crazy over it. Because I understand from what other people have been saying that there isn't an end in sight for it, right? It's just like you can make it a bit better, and then that's it, right? And I'm sure someone will make a video and be like, here's how I made my Windows 11 perfect. Everything runs so beautifully, so perfectly. But I don't think I'm going to be that guy, you know? I don't think I'm going to be that guy. Okay, it's doing the same thing, but now it's like 2 centimeters from the top and from the left side. Let me see if I can... Full screen off. Fuck. The buttons are still below. What do I do? Why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? Oh. Let me see if I can find a solution. I mean, F11 does do stuff, but not right now. I pressed it already. Let me try this. Oh! I got it. I got it. I just did some fucking magic. Okay. Whew! We are good. Okay. Okay. Tell us. I dragged another window to the side of another monitor. Which on Windows 10, you know, when you drag something to the side, it snaps it to the side, and then it gives you an option of things to put on the other side. And then I selected the Minecraft window to be the thing that it would nest on the other side. And it did that. And then I was able to touch the settings. That one worked. A little weird that that's what I had to do, but okay. I'll take it. Also, I don't know why, but my CPU is like going crazy. My CPU is like big chugging. You see how my frames are getting funny? A little bit. It's getting slightly better. From Minecraft? From Minecraft? Weird. Maybe it's this model? See what happens if I move over here.